Hello, guys. This is my very realistic evening routine. I'm sorry to burden you with the footage of me basically brushing the last bits of hair out of my scalp, but I wanted to share with you the reality. My hair's been falling since my baby turned 3 months, so 3 months postpartum. I'm now 4 months, and it is still really falling a lot. So, any kind of scalp oils, masks, I know it's a hormonal thing, but I'm trying because my wedding's next year and I do not want to be bald. Anyway, moving along swiftly, I have now a baby that sleeps mostly through the night. So that is like, I'm so grateful for it. And I wanted to share this routine just to maybe inspire some other mums, or maybe you're pregnant and you're just looking at this footage like I used to look at it because I was excited for my life to, enter a new chapter. So when it comes to the evening time, I always dim the lights in the house. It is still light outside, as you can see at this part, but it goes dark very quickly here in Thailand. So I just turn off all the big lights, put on the little lights. I know this might sound obvious to some people, but the amount of people I've seen trying to calm a baby with like full bright lights, TVs on, lots of noise, like it's not that calming for them. So for me personally, I make sure all the lights are like dimmed and we're just having a very calm environment. Every evening I keep her, I'm very blessed that I can work at home, and I really want to express that. I never want to make it sound like it's that easy for everybody, but I always try to spend time with her on the sofa, whether it's skin to skin, whether we're just like cuddling, talking, just being together, reading books, whatever it is. I just try to be as close as physically possible with her, because I feel like that's really impacted since she's been sleeping through the night. That's something I've been doing, and I feel like that has definitely impacted her. I know there's a lot of advice out there telling mums to feed their baby at this time before they go to sleep, or wait until this time to give them a lot of milk before their bedtime. But honestly, I just go with the flow, which very much goes against my ways of doing things. I'm quite like a list structured person, but obviously becoming a mum has changed that a little bit. And I just cluster feed her whenever she wants it in that time that we have together on the sofa. I am very conscious about not having her look at the TV, not having that blue light going into her eyes, because obviously that would disrupt her a little bit as well. We just try to keep things calm, quiet. I might have a little bit of background noise on, or some music, dim lights, as I've said, and just try to keep things as like natural as possible, if that makes sense. Don't judge me. She's been in this onesie all day and we've had a very, very cuddly day. So when it comes to the evening time, I just try to block out as much light as possible in the main bedroom, ready for her bath. So we have an ensuite that's attached to our bedroom, and that we do everything in there and then take her to the bedroom, and that's where we'll stay until she actually goes down to sleep. So while I was preparing her bath, I just popped her on the bed so she can just occupy herself for a couple of minutes while I just got everything ready. I'm sorry if this voiceover is not amazing. I'm just trying to get it done while she's asleep, because who knows when she's going to wake up and when I'm going to get this finished. So I'm sorry if it's a little bit all over the place. So one thing I'd say is, if you're a new mum, try to have everything ready for when you come out of the bath. Like, set everything that you'll need up ready to go, because you don't want to be looking around for things while you've got that baby in your arms. My baby tends to cry when I take her out of the bath. It's not cold. We don't have any air conditioning on it, anything like that. It's just something that she does. So that's one thing I'd say, is just have everything ready so we limit that time of discomfort for her. I use this Snuggle bath. I will link it down below. I'm not promoting them in it for any particular reason. I'm not working with them, but their bath, I wish I'd got it from the beginning. I actually bought a different bath for her, and then I ended up swapping it for this one. This one is amazing. She can now kind of partially sit up in it, and it's just so, so good for her age now, which is just about 4 months. Another little trick, if you will, is when your baby's holding the head up a little bit, it makes it obviously so much easier to clean in between their neck. So obviously I clean in between her neck in the bath and throughout the day, but I dry her neck while she's still in the bath. So I'll take like a little cloth and just dry underneath there, because we know, especially if you've got chubby cheek baby, And just like those extra chins, it's so difficult to clean once they're out of the bath when they're
Oh, you're so
feeding or whatever they're
gorgeous.
doing. So I just
Yes,
try
you
to do that while
wash
she's in the bath.
them.
I'll also dry her hair while she's in the bath because I find,
Right.
especially if your baby
Just very
fusses after the bath,
careful.
it's so much easier to get that done while they're still happy. She enjoys the bath, so
Okay.
obviously that works for us. But
Beware.
yeah,
Oh, I've never
it's
seen
made things a
a
lot
baby
easier by
with
doing it that
so
way.
little hair. It will be so difficult when you're out and you're crying. All right. For bed. Ready? One, two. Are you squeaky, Jojo? Yeah.
Since I've always bathed her from the beginning, I know some people will say, don't bath your baby every day, it's so bad for them, blah, 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 they'll get dry skin. But honestly, she's absolutely fine. And like, I don't always add soap. We most of the time do it without soap or just with a bit of coconut oil or breast milk. And she's absolutely fine. Her skin is perfect. And the moment I take her out of the bath, she knows it's time for sleep. Once I put her in those PJs, she starts rubbing her eyes, like she's ready to go. She's usually upset at this time too, but she is ready for bed, and that makes it a lot easier for us. I put her in a sleeping bag, which I never swaddled her, so I didn't need to like transition her from a swaddle into a sleeping bag. But this sleeping bag also really helps her to get like cozy if that makes sense. And she just knows straight away, like the second I put those arms and zip her up, she knows that it's time for sleep, which obviously makes my job a little bit easier. Then I just top her up with some milk before she sleeps. Again, no rules, like we just do whatever she feels. If she doesn't feel like drinking, we don't, it is what it is. But most of the time I am able to sit there and sing to her and nurse her until she is falling asleep. Then I move her onto the bassinet that you can see at the side of the bed, and she's still in there. Probably by next month or the month after, we're going to swap into a bigger cot. I'm still looking for one that I can find here in Thailand, which is honestly not that easy. And she will sleep through the night or at least 8 to 9 hours. I put her to bed usually around 7 p.m. It can be 6:30, 7:30. It really depends. It's always between 6 and 8. And she will sleep like this until, 4, 5, and then sometimes till 6 or 7. So that's great. I do use white noise. I don't always depend on this. She does fall asleep without it, but she does sleep longer, I find, when we use the white noise. Is there any better feeling than putting your baby down for the night and then just getting the rest of the evening to yourself? I actually don't think there's any. I mean, like, other than loving on your baby and being with your baby, but once you've got that peaceful time to yourself, which is for mums, is tends to be the only bit of time that we get, it's a happy dance. And I ordered some food. My partner was still in work at this time. I think he was working late this day, and I just put on some cozy background music and enjoyed my burger. Sometimes I will work, I'll be honest, I'll go back to my laptop and concentrate on tasks, but tonight I enjoyed my burger. And that's it. So thank you for watching. If you don't follow me on Instagram, give me a follow and I'll see you in the next video.